Hi, this is Monty from Moat Park Vehicles, and this is one of our detailed video appraisals on one of our newly acquired cars. Now I'm briefly going to go round the vehicle, but I'll give you a more detailed look very shortly. Now these videos will tend to take about 10 minutes long, so I do apologise, but I tend to be as thorough as I possibly can, just so you can view the car in the comfort of your own home, and hopefully whoever the lucky owner of this new car, when they do come to view it, it should be exactly as I've described. One or two little bits and pieces, sometimes we're all human, we might miss them, but again we can hide behind an awful lot of stuff on photographs, dodgy photographs. That's the reason we do these videos. It's all about trust, integrity, honesty. Now please feel free to do any checks on the car. There is a registration number, I'll hold that there for a few seconds. Now the car has got an MOT for about another 9-10 months from memory, with no advisories on it whatsoever. Okay, now this is quite a rare car. It's a 2 litre, obviously 307cc, the cc meaning coupe cabriolet, that type of thing, because it's hard roof. Now why it's quite rare, and you won't find too many of these, it's a 180, so it's a 180 horsepower, quite nippy. Most of the 1.6 is the 2 litres, the diesel variations of this, because it is a heavy car. They'll tend to do 0 to 60 in about sort of 11-12 seconds. This one's quite sprightly and gets it down into about 9.5 seconds. Okay, so I'm briefly just going to go around the car, then I'll do a more detailed appraisal. Now please feel free to read any of my reviews. They're all genuine reviews, they're all about me. People will mention the name Monty. Okay. Now just one thing to add, there will be some pictures of the engine bay. We do not jet wash any engines. Bit of WD-40, a rag, an hour's bit of a graft, and the car will be absolutely fine. We do not jet wash engines, make them looking lovely and sparkly. You get lots of issues with engine management lights coming on, etc. Okay, now we are in a public park, so there may be people in the background or dogs you might see running past, so apologies about that, but I do tend to take all my pictures in Moat Park. So we'll start off on the driver's side front. Now the wheels on this particular car, and I'll tell you a bit about them, they're 17-inch wheels. They're not the standard wheels on the car that come with a car from Peugeot. It does look slightly different, looks really racy, especially with that chrome rim. Now it's fitted with Falcon tyres all the way around, plenty of tread on the tyres. You've got approximately 5.5 on the rears, and you've got 5s on the front. So let's just start here. Now wings, they're all plastic. The front wings are all plastic, so you won't get any rust or anything like that, but the wing looks all really good. No kind of dents or anything like that. You may get 1 or 2 little stone chips here and there. Now on the front bumper, don't know if you're about to pick it up, there's a very fine hairline scratch there, but again it's black, so it does tend to show everything up. Okay, let's have a look at the wheels. Wheels look really good. You're going to have 1 or 2 little scuffs here and there on the wheels. It's going to be quite hard to get these ones all refurbished, but it's to be expected. Now what I'll try and do is give you a good view down the side. I'll hold the camera as still as possible so you can get a good reflection. Hopefully you can pick that, it's all really nice and bright. Okay, now you're going to have 1 or 2 little stone chips, which I have seen around here. There's one around there, as you can probably see, and there's another one just around here that's been touched up. But again, you wouldn't see any of these. It's, you know, you've got to expect it's 12 years old, this car. It's only done 65,500 miles, or 65,700, but you will have some general wear and tear. It's to be expected. Now again, just on this rear arch, there's a little bit of a crease just here. You might be able to pick it up if I move the camera, but it's quite small. It's about 1.5 to 2 inches long. My dent man's tried to get in there to get it out, but unfortunately he's not been able to. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. Okay, now look at the rear wheel, all looks good. Anywhere where you've got the black on the wheel is absolutely fine. There's no scuffs or anything like that. There's nothing on that rear wheel at all. And then going around the back of the car, you've got rear parking sensors on this vehicle as standard. You've got folding mirrors as standard, climate control, air conditioning, which is nice and cold, as standard on this car as well. Now they tended to come, I believe, with half leather interior. This particular car's got full leather. Now to open the boot, you press in between the 307 there. Opens up the boot. Obviously the roof is down, so the roof goes into the rear compartment. But when the roof is up, I think it's actually got a bigger boot space than the normal 307 hatchback. There we go. Looks good around there. Now you're going to have a few little hairline scratches along the top edge of the boot, and the reason for that is when you're putting bits and pieces in the boot, whether it's shopping, bags, what have you, you tend to get a few little scuffs on the back. It's just one of those things. Okay, now let's try and give you an idea of the view down this side. All really good around here. Now this side is going to be the closest side to the pavement, so you are going to get a few little scuffs on the alloys. Okay, now just to show you, you've got a few little scuffs on the alloy wheel there. But again, I bet you know, I know a lot of people have probably gone to see a lot of cars that they've seen on the internet, and they look absolutely stunning when you see them in the photographs. You go and have a look at the cars, they're nothing like it. That's the reason why we tend to do these videos. Again, if you can see the reflection, I'm moving the camera slowly. This is all done in HD, so to try and give you a good look. But again, lovely, no dents, nothing like that, no creases. But again, one or two little stone chips you're going to have on it, but nothing really untoward. Now I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible. I'm starting to lose the light. There's a little bit of a mark there, but I'll get that touched up. I just missed that actually, I've just seen that now. And then let's go around the front again, around here. And again, that's the wheel I mentioned to you that's got a couple of scuffs because it's the nearest one next to the curb. Okay, plenty of tyre tread on there as well. Okay, now going around the front of the car, you're going to have a few little stone chips here and there, you know, but again, it's nothing too frightening. You know, you think you've got one around here, you've got another one around there, you've got another one that's around here. These have been touched up, but come on, it's 12 years of age, it's not going to be brand spanking new. Now just to give you an idea what the inside looks like, apologies for the jiggling around. All really good, lovely, the interior looks fantastic. Now there's a tiny little bit of stitching coming away here on the driver's seat, but again it's to be expected, age of the car. But the rest of it looks absolutely great. Looking around here, okay, let's show you the back as well. Looks really good. Again, the back of the car doesn't even look like it's really been sat in. Let's go around the other side. Again, show you the back seats. Well, looks really good. Let's open the passenger door. Again, you've got these kind of black accents that go into the door panels. They're not sort of wood trim or anything like that, it's just a black accent for the sport model. Again, now this passenger seat is in great condition, absolutely fine. One or two little marks on here, but nothing untoward. Now along the dash here, you've got, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up, but there's a couple of bits and pieces around with some of the stitching, because this is like a leather dash to it, because it is the sort of top of the range car, the Sport. Now sometimes from the heat, because it's black and you get a lot of heat in the car and all the dark interior, you'll tend to get a bit of fraying around there with the seat, where the seams are. They have started to come away. The majority of the 307s that have got this kind of dash will do that, so I wanted to point it out. It's all about honesty, trust, integrity. If people don't buy the car, it's absolutely fine, it's not a problem, but we like everybody to know what our cars are like. Air conditioning is nice and ice cold. You've got CD changer there as well. All the parking sensors at the rear work fine. Now one thing I did show you on there, so you've got all the electric window switches, you've got your mirror switches, they're all working, the folding mirrors, that's all fine. Everything works as it should do. Now, one bit I just remembered I needed to show you. Just go around the front again. Now, just on this edge of the bonnet, just a bit here, you may pick it up. There's a couple of little bubbles on there. I think they might be from bird lime, but again, they've been touched up. And that is it. That was the last bit I wanted to show you. So let's just zoom back. We're about 10.5 minutes into this now. So thank you very much for your time. If there's any car that you see on Motor Park Vehicles that you want to inquire about, please don't hesitate to either send me a message, give me a call. We are slightly different. We do tend to bring cars to customers within a reasonable distance, sort of 10-15 miles away if it's going into London, sometimes going up to Canterbury, Ashford, as far as Hastings. We've done that before as well. Okay, so if there's any other cars that you send at Motor Park Vehicles, give us a call. If it's this car, again, I don't know how long it'll hang around because it's quite a rare vehicle. You won't find too many of these, especially with this mileage, as well as the full Peugeot service history. We will be servicing the car before it goes out. It is due a service now, so it will be serviced. So we've got 8 service stamps at Peugeot, but we will be servicing in-house, so it'll have 9 in total. These cars are serviced normally every 2 years or 12,000 miles. All right, many thanks for your time. I hope to speak to you soon. Bye bye.